I'm going to check on the codes. For the BC, there's no code on that, so that means we are good to go. So there are situations where when you buy a key from eBay or Amazon, some of the dealership do not want to program that. Instead, they want to use their own. So today we using a one that we bought from that is from one of those websites, and previously when I checked, it says it was locked, and I guess that cannot be used to program on a particular vehicle. But let's see, before we proceed to do the programming to the vehicle, let's see what it says here. We want to read to see if it is what it says, whether it's okay. So it says it's clonable, but it's already locked. Okay. For the meantime, it's, let's see also in terms of detect the frequency. So here when we click on that, the frequency is about 314, almost 31, that is 315. Okay, so that is what we have for now. Then we have that of the vehicle. That is also the same frequency, and when we check to read, it's also already locked. Okay, so that is why we can deduce for now. Okay, so we use that on the vehicle. We see that it closes and open, closes, open and then closes. And we have this one, it does nothing. Okay, so we're going to program that to the vehicle. That's a 2015 Nissan Sentra, and this also says from the number, the FCC ID is CWTWB1U840. Then that one, that is also CWTWB1U840. We're using the Consult 3 Plus VI2 with the Consult 3, and already we've run our scan, and it's saying that there's nothing with the BC here. We then proceed. We go to immobilizer. Then in order to do that also, we need to wake the BCM because it would ask us to turn the vehicle off at one point. Okay, so we have that confirmed and proceed. The good thing is that we have the battery maintainer, so that gives us at least we have a good operating voltage in order to do the key programming. We go to when performing key registration, and we have a register key. So this procedure erases all registered key IDs. Therefore, all of the customer keys should be obtained before starting this procedure. You want to continue, which we are. So it's currently ignition, the status is on, but it says to turn that off. And like I said, the voltage has to be 12.5 or more, and we will be turning this thing off. Okay. So now that that is off, we hit on next, and it's asking us to, that's our pin, which we have to go get the pin code for it, and we already have that. So we go ahead and put the value, so which we would be doing. So it says to depress the brake pedal and then hit on next. So release that. It wants us to push this button because currently the vehicle is off. To push the button for 2 seconds or more, which will turn the ignition switch on for initializing the ECM. So now the vehicle is up and ready to be programmed. I mean, for the keys to be programmed to the vehicle. But now what it tells us is that we should push the ignition off. Then once it's off, we'll be pushing that thing back on, and it's supposed to blink for some few in the process of blinking. That is when we'll bring the keys that we want to program to the vehicle. So there we go. It resets and the vehicle turns on automatically on its own. Now we've gotten that, we can bring the key to the side, then turn the vehicle off, and then do the same procedure again. But this time we'll do that while it's about blinking. We bring the key fob to it. There we go. And that one also starts the vehicle. Okay. Then once we are done with that, we can push this off and hit on the next. And what does it say? Press push button ignition switch once. Okay, then we'll bring the key and it's back on. Now we can push this button off. And let's open the door out there. So we have the light, that's the second, third, fourth, fifth. Okay, and it's tapped. Okay, the next thing is check the security indicator blinks at interval of approximately 3 seconds after ignition switch is in the off position. Okay, so we're looking, this is what it does. Then at least there's an interval. So it says it takes roughly about 3 seconds. So now check the doors locked. Okay, so now it wants us to check on the keys to see if it actually works on the vehicle. Operate registered intelligent key outside of the vehicle. Check the door locks and up and unlocks. This indicates the key registration mode ends. This status indicates that the key registration mode ends. Okay, let's see. So with that done, we hit on next, and it says we should put the keys inside and then check that the push button ignition switch can change the ignition switch position, and then you can start the engine. So because we have the two of them inside, I have this bag for locking the frequency of the keys. We to put it back in there. We also put the second one in here and close. Okay, so that is closed. There's no emission. So let's see, it does nothing. Okay, so we have our first key up, holding that, that's pushing the bottom, and that starts the car right away. So there we go, and let's see if we can start it. We can start. Okay, now let's do for the second one. Put it back in the bag. The second one is here. That also starts the vehicle. And there you go. The vehicle is on. Okay. So now we have two working keys for the car. Then we then conclude the entire process by clicking on the end, and that is done. So now that we have that done, at least these are original keys, let's see whether we'll be retrieving some codes out of the vehicle from the PCM after the programming of the key. Okay, so that shows there's no any code for the BCM, and we're good. Thank you for watching, and if you need your key to be programmed, at least you can reach us